Alright everyone, just got done getting everything ready here on Park Adventures with Ted. And we are at Port Sheldon. I'm going to call this the south one, because remember we did the north one, but now we're down here, just a very shorty, 0.85. So going in light, no backpack, plenty of battery. And yeah, so here is the trail. Looks exactly like the other trail. There's a vehicle right here, so trying to keep that out of the limelight here. So yeah, same rules as the other ones. Go ahead and if you want to read, pause. And so we're going to go ahead and do the venture like the last one. We are prepared with the bugs. So far I don't think we need it because it's kind of cool today. I am in fashion gear, wearing some shorts. So yeah, let me get the AllTrails going and then we will get rolling here. Okay. Again, as we leave today, we will, I think it talks about entering, I always do it both ways. So, all right, we got AllTrails going. We're just going to go ahead and give this a little boom. All right. Port Sheldon, we're going to call it the South Trail. Just a shorty. And here we go. All right. Let me get the link. You know, I keep forgetting to share my AllTrails information since I have switched to that. So, we will have to try to remember again to do that. All right. I don't know if you guys can hear the swish of these shorts that I have. But yeah. All right, before we go any further, what's the squirrel dog count for this hike? I'm gonna go 3. I'm gonna go 3. 3 squirrel dogs, hoping for it. All right, back we go. So I'm realizing already, since I'm going on the very light side, because it's a very light trail, that where I put the mic and where I kind of like to hold, I have to structure a little differently. So that's a cool, just like passageway. I'm gonna slow down a little. We're gonna take a little photo. Need a photo for the AllTrails. Look at that photo right there. Boom. Snapshot. There we go. Let me look at the. We've got awesome service. So we will figure out a plant to Google Lens. All right. All right, folks. We're going to put you down a minute because I need to switch this mic. So hold on to your horses. I'm going to put it over here. Sorry for the feedback. We are switched. Let me pick you back up. Lift off we go. And here we go. All right. Much better. Okay. Like I said, this is a very short trail. It's just a 0.85. Looks like there's a little clear area at the V. Oh, wait, look at that. Look at that, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. All right. We get the point. You just want to view us. Left or right? What do you say? We always go right because right is right. So let's go left for wrong. That doesn't sound right. We're going right because it's the right way. Look at the trees. It's overcast today, but every now and then you get a poke of sun coming through. All right. So I think this is going to be episode 10. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Maybe this is 11. I was hoping to have up to 20 people. We're at 18 at the time of filming this. I do have vacation coming up, so I am trying to get a little bit ahead. Not too far ahead or too much ahead, but enough to keep my releasing somewhat schedule, on point. So, oh, here comes someone. I hear a dog. Not a squirrel dog, no, but a dog. All right. Ran into the other mobile guest that was in the parking lot. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I totally forgot what I was saying. Because she was telling me about some birds in the area. Then I was like, well, where? And she's like, well, I don't see any. And I'm like, why are we talking about birds if you don't see any birds? I was talking about the episodes and recording. Yes, that's where I was. So, yeah. I think about, I don't know, every 10, 15, I don't know a number, throw it in there. I might throw a little desk montage together. Shows some of the photos. Because I've realized that I keep forgetting to put the photos in. So I told myself that I'll just make an episode of a lot of the photos of the trails that I've taken via phone and the big camera. So look out for that in the future. I don't know exactly when. I'll fit it in somewhere. All right. So I notice on these trails, I always start out really fast. I just have a very fast pace. I'm definitely huffing and puffing in the beginning. But then once I get that rhythm going, I'm just like down like the wind. All right. We are going to, that's a tree. Trying to find something we can Google Lens. We've already done the fern. It's funny because we did the fern at the other Port Sheldon, I believe. It was like something cinnamon. Cinnamon sugar. No, that's not what it was. Let's see. What could we do? More fern. We got moss. We already did moss, I believe. Did we do moss? I feel like we did moss. Man, I need to write this stuff down. Where's a secretary when you need one? All right, let's see. You know, we could do a tree. Do we want to do a tree? What tree do we think this is? You know, the pine. But I feel like we did the pine. I feel like we did the pine. Maybe we didn't. Hold on, I'm looking. Don't worry. Stop rushing me. Passing a lot of ferns. You know, the fern is a cinnamon whatever. Let's go by a leaf. We're going to go by a leaf. We're just going to pick a random leaf. And we're just going to say, boom, 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 boom. What are you? All right. What looks like an interesting leaf? Oh, look at that. Look at that. How close can we get? Oh my goodness. Yeah, look at that. If that's not a close encounter, I don't know what is. All right. We're just going to do this leaf right here for the Google Lens. All right. Let the phone get it situated, because sometimes I'm a little too fast and it's not like in the gallery yet, but it's still processing. Here's another nice little straightaway. Holy moly. All right. You know, while we are halfway through this, I do want to mention, if you haven't already, you know the YouTube. You know the YouTube, sorry about that. The good old YouTube sayings. I mean, I feel like a broken record, but like everyone does it. So do I need to be like everybody? I feel like it. Should I have to? I don't think so, but guess what? We're going to do it anyway. So while you're thinking about it and we're waiting for this Google Lens information, remember to share. Go share it right now. Share it right now. Comment. Tell me something, like I know I'm got dark face going on right here. Comment. But more importantly, subscribe. Subscribe. Actually, I said 20 by the end of June. We're almost there. We are almost there. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. All right. Back to the trail we go. Looks like clouds are definitely breaking up. So the sunlight seems plentiful. All right. Ready for that Google Lens. Alrighty. So this leaf is from a sassafras tree, commonly known for having up to 3 distinct leaf shapes on a single tree: unlobed, two-lobed, mitten-shaped. Well, duh, we're in the mitten state. The leaves and twigs are aromatic, often described as having a spicy root beer-like fragrance. Root beer. Huh. Sassafras is a... what is that word? Tree native to eastern North America, frequently found along woodland edges and open fields. All right, well, don't say you didn't learn any sassafrasy things today. And on the trail we go. All right. And look at the... what are the chances that we run into that woman again? Like, is she stuck going in circles? Is she stuck in a pattern? I don't know. Okay, we got the river next to us here to the right. I'm gonna try to get a better view. More like a stream. It's a creek. It's a creaky creek. Crickety creek. I think you can just see it through the foliage. Yeah, you can see a little water over there. Yeah, you can see a little water over there. Yeah, you can see a little water over there. Yeah, like I said, it's a little creek. Little crickety creek. All right, let's keep on rolling. I'm glad that I don't need any of the bug wipes. I bet with how cool it is, we're good. They're flying around, but we're also moving as well. So we are in good shape. All right. Look at this tree. Somebody stripped it naked. It looks pretty dead anyway. Look how dead it is. It is dead. D-E-D, dead. All right. Thought I heard the woman. I was like, are we seriously going to approach up to her? Okay. So I'm trying to think of any more announcements before we hit the full circle. So when we hit the full circle, you know what's going to happen. And if you don't, and you're new, you're going to learn. I love my AI music. Speaking of music, it's another link that I need to put in to the description. And I use, all my music is powered by, hold on, let me think. Oh, we got a bird over here. Why, hello, am I interrupting? The music is by Mureka AI. AI Mureka. I think it's Mureka AI. I do intend on totally redoing my description, which I will definitely backlog everything and make it much more prettier than what it is. So yeah, look out for that change. I have a lot of ideas for the future, but we need some followers. I'm not saying that we can't do this, but more people, the better. So that's why I can't stress enough of the comment, share, definitely subscribe. All right. Got a nice little tree down right here. Oh yeah, I remember this now. I remember this now. Yeah. Look at that, it's like down the trail. Down the trail. All right, don't fall. I don't need some final destination stuff. All right, we're good. We are good. All right. This is the third bend to the left, which means we will be coming full circle here any moment. Yep, I think this is it up here. Any last words? I don't think so. Can't really think of anything. Anything that I'll cover, I will cover in the desktop video that I intend on making. Guess there's a lot more going over here than what I thought. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Look at forest. Oh, we got pine. There's always pine. Always pine. I feel like I'm ready to see a headless horseman around the corner and trample us on his carriage, headless, holding it. Here's the V. Maybe not. Huh. A lot longer than what it feels like 0.85 is. Not gonna lie. Well, let's take a look at Wiki. Wiki will tell us how much further we have to go. Oh yeah, we're almost there. Almost to the V. I can hear the birds. Or my shorts. Go swish, swash, swish, swash, swish, swash. All right. Let you get a little of nature in. I mean, we're hearing birds. Here we go. Alrighty. So, you know the drill. We will meet up back in the parking lot.
I waited, spit on the sky. I realize I'm calmly quiet. As an if we've got our reeds at drums, out in flight.
Alrighty, so here we are, Port Sheldon. I was waiting for this lady to get done and move on, so I was starting to dethrone and deboot back to my shoes. But anyhow, this is the Port Sheldon South Trail. They're both areas again are called just the Port Sheldon Natural Area. I am calling them north and a south because they are definitely separated. They are linked via landwise, but there's not a trail going between both properties. But anyhow, this is Park Adventures with Ted, and you know the drill. You know the YouTube drill. We've talked about this. Okay, catch you later. Oh hey, what are you doing? I thought the video's done. It's time to, well, since you're here, it's the end of the video. Remember, it's always good to hydrate. But yeah, see you later. You know the drill. Comment, share, all that good stuff. All right, see you later.